Cradle to Cradle Design, Part 2. The term cradle to cradle is a registered trademark of McDonough Braungart Design Chemistry, MBDC Consultants. Cradle to cradle product certification began as a proprietary system. However, in 2012, MBDC turned the certification over to an independent non-profit called the Cradle to Cradle Products Innovation Institute. Independence, openness, and transparency are the Institute's first objectives for the certification protocols. The phrase cradle to cradle itself was coined by Walter R. Stahl in the 1970s. The current model is based on a system of life cycle development initiated by Michael Braungart and colleagues at the Environmental Protection Encouragement Agency in the 1990s and explored through a publication, A Technical Framework for Life Cycle Assessment. In 2002, Braungart and William McDonough published a book called Cradle to Cradle, Remaking the Way We Make Things, a manifesto for cradle-to-cradle design that gives specific details of how to achieve the model. And as we know, the best economic model we have is the absolute best environmental model we can produce. The model has been implemented by a number of companies, organizations and governments around the world, predominantly in the European Union, China and the United States. Cradle to Cradle has also been the subject of many documentary films, including the critically acclaimed Waste Equals Food. Introduction. In the cradle-to-cradle model, all materials used in industrial or commercial processes such as metals, fibers, dyes, fall into one of two categories, technical or biological. Nutrients. Technical or biological nutrients. Technical nutrients are strictly limited to non-toxic, non-harmful synthetic materials that have no negative effects on the natural environment. They can be used in a continuous cycle as the same product without losing their integrity or quality. In this manner, these materials can be used over and over again instead of being downcycled into lesser products, ultimately becoming waste. Biological nutrients are organic materials that, once used, can be disposed of in any natural environment and decompose into the soil, providing food for small life forms without affecting the natural environment. This is dependent on the ecology of the region. For example, organic material from one country or landmass may be harmful to the ecology of another country or landmass. The biological and technical cycle. The two types of materials each follow their own cycle in the regenerative economy envisioned by Kunin and Husing. And just to recap, obviously in the era of sciences like microbiology, it is very important to agriculture.